A very warm namaskaram everyone. This is Jis Sebastian. So here we are observing another World Environment Day in the midst of a pandemic. This World Environment Day will kick off the UN Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, a massive attempt to revive billions of hectares of land that is degraded. I understand that all nations, organizations and all UN agencies have already started or initiated their efforts in this regard. So what is it that we are going to do in the next decade on ecosystem restoration? I think the program has two major objectives. One is to restore all the kinds of ecosystems on the planet back to productivity. And secondly, to meet all 17 Sustainable Development Goals before 2030. So it doesn't sound very easy. It actually seems to me that we have a mammoth task in our hand right now. So maybe it's time for us to think, are we really prepared to be a part of this mission? And I think it is appropriate that we take a look back at the last decade, the period between 2010 and 2020, and this was the decade on biodiversity. Maybe we should take a self-analysis to understand how well did we perform to meet the objectives listed for the last decade. And if we go through the reports or assessments, we can understand that we failed miserably in achieving the targets. Of 20 Aichi targets, only 6 have been partially achieved, or in other words, we could not achieve a single Aichi targets. But definitely there are some progressive impacts too. One is the protection of biodiverse areas increased from 29% to 44%, and the extinction of around 50 species have been prevented with appropriate conservation interventions. Of course, we all know that, but still, as a whole, the program failed to meet even a single target. And the failure of this program is attributed to the failure in implementing sustainable practices in different walks of life, or in other terms, it may be translated as failure in, implementing sustainable practices in our own lives. So now when we look at the next decade on ecosystem restoration, are we really prepared to be a part of this? Do we really know what we should be doing on each individual level, on a society level? In order to do better, we should learn from the mistakes that we made in the last decade. So maybe this is time for us to examine ourselves and to adopt new sustainable practices into our lives. I communicate or interact with a lot of people, a lot of youngsters from different parts of India, and I get this question from them very often: what can I do to change things around me? But my answer is always simple: forget about things around you. Just try to change at least one thing about you. I think it is high time that each one of us adopt at least one sustainable habit in our life. And I think it's highly unethical, if I preach this but I don't practice this. So I make sure I follow a number of sustainable habits in my life. So here I am taking my opportunity to share with you some of the practices that I adopted. So let's go to that. Firstly, I follow a mostly plant-based diet since 2014 with very less meat consumption. And secondly, I depend on mostly public transport, or I can say on 90% of times. And thirdly, I am a minimalist and I purchase very minimal things. And next would be, when it comes to clothing, I always go for sustainable fashion or sustainable clothing. For example, this shirt I'm wearing, this is a second-hand cloth. And there are a number of platforms on Instagram that allows you to purchase second-hand clothes with very minimal damage or no damage. And when I travel, I always have this carry bags with me to purchase groceries or stationeries or any sort of materials that I may want to. So these two are my shopping bags, and this one is 11 years old, and I'm sure both of these are going to survive another 10 years. And this water bottle travels with me everywhere for the last 7 years. And another healthy, sustainable practice that I adopted is using ink pen. Yes, you may have to carry your ink bottle, but I don't find it as an issue. Then next would be the personal hygiene department, and the most important eco-friendly practice that I adopted is using menstrual cup. I have been using menstrual cup for the last 5 years, and I find it very eco-friendly and economic friendly. And the next would be a personal grooming kit, which would have all the equipments that you might need to clean your nails, face or ears and all that. And this would actually avoid the use of earbuds and all the disposable tissues and soaps. Have been using this wooden comb set for a long time, and now this is a homemade shampoo that I prepare out of green grams, rice water and fenugreek. This can be refrigerated and used for a long time. And these two are my homemade toothpaste. This is prepared charcoal, and this is a mix of baking soda, coconut oil and essential oil. So these are some of the sustainable practices that I adopt in my daily life. On this World Environment Day, I challenge you to take up at least one sustainable habit and stick to it all throughout your life. Let your action speak louder than your words. Let's become the true generation restoration. Thank you.